Hi all, so today no stream, but a recording of a session. Topic of today is that we convert our community content submission application to .NET 5 and C Sharp 9. First thing, what I did before start, updated a little bit the README on the GitHub project, so I have links to the different branches where we are doing everything. To see if you're watching this is the first video, all of the recordings of the previous streams are on our YouTube channel, and you find them all here. Good. Let's get started with upgrading to .NET 5 and C Sharp 9. First, what you need to do is you need to install it. To have it, you need to update to the latest Visual Studio version. So, as of this recording, it's 16.8.1. With 16.8, it was added, and from Visual Studio 2019. Visual Studio 2017 doesn't have support for .NET 5. If you didn't select when you installed Visual Studio, you have here that you need the .NET Core workflow, and with that also the .NET 5 should be installed. You can check this here on the individual components. You have here .NET with the .NET 5 runtime and cancel with the .NET SDK. Yeah, you need to install that in Visual Studio, that you have support in it. If you're not in Visual Studio, you're working with Visual Studio Code or so, you get the latest SDK on .NET or .NET-Microsoft.com, download, and then you have here the .NET 5 version, and you need the .NET SDK. You have it also for here for the different operating systems, and this is the one you want to. Then you have it well on your PC and Visual Studio. If you want to have ReSharper, you need the current stable version. Doesn't has support yet for C# 9, but there is an EAP early access program of the ReSharper, where you get the 2002-3 EAP 7 version, which contains which has support for C# 9. So with the old versions, you get a lot of red squiggles under the classes. Good. So how do we start with the upgrade? So I checked everything's working. The first thing we do is let's update all NuGet packages. So not only pre-release, because at least for SpecFlow you need at least SpecFlow 3.5 to have .NET 5 support. And then there are also other libraries. With .NET 5 also Entity Framework Core 5 was released. We will update this also, and it looks like that the Automation Panda also upgraded constructor. So simply select all, update, yes. Let's wait a little bit in the output. Not every don't normally see this. So everything successfully installed. Let's rebuild the solution. Done. So let's make a quick check with the let's quickly run the tests. Now we only updated the NuGet packages. We're still on .NET's Core 3.1 and did only upgrade the NuGet packages, but it's looking good. So the API tests worked, and the Selenium based ones also looking like they're working. So looks good, looks good. Dun, dun, dun. Everything filled out. And we should be nearly at the end. All green. Cool. So let's commit this. So we update NuGet packages to latest version for .NET 5 support. Cool. So now we have the packages. Next step is we simply need to change now the target framework. So there are two ways you can use the UI with here properties on the project. Here under application you have here target framework, and you can switch this here to .NET 5 and save it. That's the one way. The other way is you can also this CS project files or text files. You can change this. You can say edit project file or simply double click. And now it's the CS Pro in XML here. And what we can do is we simply change this net core app 3.1 to net 5. And the same here. Net 5. So if I look, it's here the same. So we can close this all, save, and let's make a rebuild. And done. So we are on .NET 5. Let's start the application. Working perfectly. Let's see. Good. Let's quickly run only the API tests to see if this is still working. And yes, cool. So update to .NET 5. And that's it. That's all you need to do to get to .NET 5 with your SpecFlow project. Really, really easy. Now the interesting parts is coming. So using now the new available C#9 features. So one cool feature I like very much is the new record type. C#9 record types. What's new? The records, and this is a new syntax. Behind it's a class, but the syntax to make easy immutable reference types. So we have here a public record with some properties with only getter and what is this? I call it in hash codes. Yeah, and yeah, it's this same as inheritance and other stuff. here. And these records are ideal for our row objects. So we have here our row objects with a class and stuff. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And with records we can make this now one line. String type name done. And you switch to class, type name entry. Yeah, and now this doesn't work anymore, so it's a type name entry and I. So what is this? Public record. String type name. Type name. String. Expected. So, what's happening here is I talked about having ReSharper EAP, but I don't have the ReSharper EAP installed in this installation. Okay, so we get some error messages here. It's can't find the records, but our output is successful. Cool. So, and what we can now do is let's make it old school. Public class. We only need it here. So what we can do is we can now let it here and put all the row objects in one class. We have also here this not as a submission step. We have this one. We can also convert this to a record. So it's string and this one. So we don't need this color bracket, so we can remove this one and put it also here. And we can rename the files to row objects. Yes. So we don't need this class anymore. Nice. Good. So can we build still? Yes. So what else can we do? We have also here the row, this one row object. Okay, we can move this together. Then we can string so, and we need this line. Just renamed the class type name type, what was, how did it? Type name entry. Type name entry. Shouldn't rename the class, so. And record. Nice. So now we have some missing, yeah, what we have here is the fixed ones. So this should be, no, that wasn't that one what I wanted. Don't want to reference the specs. Let's change this. One thing is, cool thing I'll show you. In Visual Studio, you can not only make a selection line-based or this multiple lines, you can also make a blockwise. So if you press Alt, the Alt key, and you can get such box selection, and we can now easily replace this with a bracket, and for the rest you have to do it by hand, but we saved some keystrokes. So let's build. Okay, oh yeah, this file isn't needed anymore. And yeah, this namespace isn't available anymore. Okay, there's another one, so it is now in this namespace. Let's add it manually. So successful again. Is anything else where we have? That's our page with the selectors. That's good. There's also good. Hooks, feature files, driver. No, so that's the record types here. Then let's have a also look at the record types here. That's the same. So let's copy. We have this. That's the same. Based on the same stuff, let's copy the one. So we don't need this class anymore. We don't need this class. That's some new. No, this is also duplicated. Yeah, already have this one. So there are also no new ones. Cool. So with the record types, we can easily quickly create our row objects and use them. And it's yeah, have less lines of code, less files. So I'm really happy about this feature. So use record types for row objects. Cool. So what else can we use for C#9 features? So one thing is finally there is a is not null operator. And the benefit for is not null and doesn't equal null is that this could be overridden. This is an operator. That's the string operator. And you could override this for your types. Is not null. That's not an operator you can't override. So this always checks if this null. This we could make an operator that always returns null. Also, if this also always return true. Also, if it's null. So this is that's nice. Before that, you had to write it like that way. So what else can we do here? Is null. There we have also is not null. We have RTI configuration, web server hooks, nothing special here. The API, we're using already the record. That's okay. There we can also make a record. And the second one. And that one. So. Okay, we have some warnings about null reference that we can have a look afterwards. So we have our rows. So we could now also move this. This is not this is a helper type for the response. So okay, let's keep it there. It's not a row object. There we have also the request type, the class. Okay, we can also change this to a record. And there should be a refactoring available to convert these stupid classes to a record. So this is the request type for where was this? Was it used? Here it was used, yes. So we could now move this here in the same file. Something done. Okay, that was this one. Let's build. Okay. What is the error? There's no. Yeah. So that's okay. What you now did is it's not possible anymore because you don't, with these classes you have only the one constructor. So with these four, so the pattern we use this here isn't working anymore. Okay, So in that case, let's not change this to. That's one thing where we cannot not use a record. So let's undo this. This would be more. This would be that we could make some builder pattern to solve this, but that's not part of today's recording. It's also a shorter one, so not full 2 hours. So that's done. So I think we have this. Yeah, we have the same here. Let's make some find and replace magic. So let's so how many find alls? Okay, only in look in enter solution file types not bin not object not Stern CS. I want only the Stern star CS. Okay, this is in the featured CS files. We ignore the features. It's another features. Cool, so we can replace is not null and replace file. Okay, save everything, rebuild. Cool, so we have now this here. Web server driver we couldn't do, it's also now is not null. DI config, web server hooks. And we have the raw object, the submission page, submission steps, and web stage, this one. Cool. So then let's make a rebuild of the whole. And let's run all the tests. And in the meantime, let's have a look at all the C# features if there's something interesting also what you can use. Okay, there's one failed test. Interesting. So records we had init only setters. This is also for initializations that you only can set some property at when you instantiate and you can't change them afterwards anymore. Top level statements are for learning, making it really easy to start with C#. Nothing I would use in a real project, in a bigger project. Yeah, then the pattern matching enhancements. There is this is not null that we had already. Performance in interop, that's there. Yeah, okay, then there is some changes. You can now switch that. Before we had here var and then new on the type, and now you can make here the type and then say new. That's possible with code generators we don't have. So we are good. We are good with the C# 9 features. So let's quickly check why there is successful but found false. Oh, wait here. So what happened? You choose from success the HTTP result. The request wasn't successful. Okay. Let's run this again. Okay, interesting. So let's debug. Okay, what do we get as a response? We get content. No parallels constructor available for stat. Ah, okay. Okay, this is okay. REST sharp, the JavaScript deserialization stuff doesn't work with records, so we have to undo this. That's the available API steps. So yeah, we can undo this at all. Sad. Would be nice. So, and it now works. So let's check everything here. Cool. Everything here, and let's. So what we did is now only change to the new pattern matching to the is not null pattern matching. Pattern matching syntax. Cool. And look, 30 minutes over, and we have our project in .NET 5 running on .NET 5 and with C#9 features already. Good. And this was it also. Everything for today, shorter one. I'm currently on vacation. So have fun with this video and see you next week when we have a full 2-hour stream again. Bye.